Hey guys, how are you doing this evening? This is going to be a late video because I've had a long day and I wasn't going to post a video today, but I said, you know what? I had the pleasure of watching Michelle Obama on YouTube today. Thank you, Spesh. My friend Joy actually sent me an email about it, and it was a beautiful interview. So I wanted to come to you today and talk to you a little bit about what I learned from that video. It's about her book, The Look, and it's about identity, loving yourself, and defining who you are and who you want to be. In the interview, she's interviewed by Black women who helped her define her look through her tenure as FLOTUS, First Lady of the United States. And it was remarkable, one, to just, let's just say, to see all of that beautiful melanin on the screen. It was absolutely breathtaking to listen to them talk about, to actually listen to them ask really good questions, and Michelle Obama talk about what that meant in her position, how everything was done with intention, how it wasn't just about the clothes, it was about the meaning of them, the time that her staff took to make sure that when they traveled that they weren't, offending other nations, all the things that go into, being in a position to represent a country. And I'm not going to give it all the way. I do want to encourage you to watch it. I am speaking to the women out there who may struggle with identity. One of the topics was, wearing braids and how you should look. Not should look, but how some looks um, are not advantageous for you where you are. And I want to talk briefly about my personal experience with that. I have been losing my hair and going bald at the top of my crown, I want to say for about 12 years. It started with braids and the excessive use, and there were some things that I didn't do to take care of my scalp and my hair. And eventually I developed alopecia and started wearing wigs to cover that. And for a while, that was my thing. And then I just got tired of it. I would literally have to put on a wig every time someone came over because I was ashamed and embarrassed about the bald spots that were on my crown. As a Black woman, we're supposed to, your hair is your crown. And so for me, to make a decision to just cut it all off was a major, major step for me. And what made me think about this experience was listening to Michelle Obama talk about the intentionality of how she presented herself. And let's just be clear, for those of you that remember, whether you want to admit it or not, she caught a lot of heat for what she wore. She didn't want the attention to be taken away from the topics, the issues that mattered. And so to hear a woman of her caliber, of her intellect, of her experience, talk about what it means to project and be who you are and love yourself, it really resonated with me. I love myself. I am an image bearer of Jesus the Christ, joint heir to all that is his. And I am thankful that I have women in my life who resonate that, who believe that, who pour into me, who remind me of that. And I love my womb mates. They were very supportive. But I also have to give a shout out to Joy Champion. I'm going to name her by name. She's my special, but she's also my dear friend. And she went with me to get my hair cut off. And there were some tears shed. I didn't know how I was going to look. And she made that experience so special for me. I'll never forget it. And what we need to do for each other is remind one another, hair, no hair, braids, straight, 4C, afro, curls, twists, whatever style makes you feel good in your skin, I need you to do it. Blonde, purple, green, whatever it is, as long as you are representing who you are and you're true to who you are, I say do it. There are some environments that are not going to be open that are not going to receive how you come in. And you got to know that. And you have to be willing to either make the adjustment and not feel any guilt about it. Don't let anybody else make you feel guilty about it. Or you need to be brave and courageous. Come to work one day with a wig and show up the next day with no hair. And I got love. I did get some people very tentative, not knowing what to say. Some folks, thought that I may have had an illness, but nonetheless, I was greeted with curiosity, questions, but a whole lot of love. And I haven't looked back since. And it's not just about my hair, it's about who I am on the inside and who I desire to be and who I want to show up as for other people. Because again, I talk a lot about it. I got to put my mask on first. It starts with me. It starts with how I feel about myself, how I love myself. And if I can't love it here, I'm never going to be able to give it out. So if you're out there, I encourage you to watch the YouTube interview. It is beautiful, beautifully done. Hats off to you, ladies. Beautifully done. And I want you to leave this video before you go watch that video, understanding that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. However you choose to package yourself, we accept you and we love you for being exactly who God made you to be. And I want you to walk in that confidence, love yourself, and be able to stand proud on who you are. All right? I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.